Hello, all our aspiring professional people in specification. I thought I'd just do a quick video to talk about how to ask for an order or how to ask for what you want intelligently. This content came from Tony Robbins. I was at the UPW on the weekend, so I thought I'd repurpose that for the benefit of specification sales, because oftentimes you really got to ask intelligently for what you want in order for those contacts and networks to work with you. So he has 5 key things, and they can work. This ask intelligently can work for anything. It can work for asking for a raise. It can be asking for greater responsibility. It can be asking for a client for an order. It can be asking for a specification or to be specified. There's a lot of different ways you can use it with your spouses, wives, girlfriends, kids, friends, neighbors. Anytime there's something that you're after, the way to ask intelligently, and there's 5 key ways to do it. So the first thing is to ask specifically. Precision is really important. So you need to be able to show what you're going to do and what you're going to produce with what you're asking for. So don't just ask for the order and say, all right, I've got my money, here, go away. You want to ask for exactly what you want. So how much of the spec, because sometimes you said, well, I can do that, but I can also do this for you. May I have that too? And you want to be, well, when do we need it for? What and by when? Be really specific with what you're after so that the person clearly hears what you're after. The next thing, ask someone that can help you, because sometimes you really want a particular project, but you've got no contacts and networks. So ask, who else can help you? Is there somebody else in your network that you can hit up? Is there a friend or a former colleague you've worked with that you can ask for an introduction? Use the resources that are available to you. There are organisations out there that organise those lunches and so forth. There's a multitude of ways to be able to find somebody who can help you. Ask your boss, do they have networks and connections? Is there somebody laterally above you, below you, who might be well connected? Don't be afraid to ask other people to help you get where you want. The other thing is to create value for the person you're asking. We will talk about value proposition all the time, and when I'm interviewing people in this industry, sometimes they don't even know what their value proposition. They start telling me about, what the business does, and I'm like, no. What do you bring to the table? Why does somebody want to work with you? Not the company and brand you work for, but you specifically. What are you bringing to the table? What's the value you're bringing? The best spec people are the path of least resistance, I find. The value they create is that the specifier doesn't have to worry about that anymore. They know it's a safe pair of hands to take hold of this, and I don't have to worry about the flooring, or I don't have to worry about the facades, or I don't have to worry about the bathroom wear, the tiles, the roof, whatever it might be, the ceiling systems. So it's really important to be that safe pair of hands that can answer those questions and get back to them in a timely manner. That's consistent. So make sure what your value is. Is it the technical support you offer? Is it the timeliness? Is it both? Is it a multitude of things? Make sure they're clear and they buy into it. It's not just you telling them, it's that your actions and your steps provide and confirm that that's the value you're adding. The other thing is to ask with a focused and congruent belief. It's so important to have buy-in to what you're actually selling or consulting on. I find a lot of people, the reason they're calling me and want to leave is they've lost faith in the company or the product because it's now being imported from somewhere else and the quality's not as good, or there's a problem with a new product, it hasn't been sufficiently tested, and now they're too scared to go and ask. So, but if you're passionate about what you do and you totally believe in it, that needs to come through. Don't be timid. Your enthusiasm for your product can be very infectious and excite somebody just as much as you. So with absolute conviction, you want to talk about it. You want your body language, you want your words, you want your actions all to be very clear that you're focused and congruent and that you're totally bought into what it is you're coming to talk to somebody about. And then you ask until you get what you want. If somebody says no the first time, it might be that they've got a favourite supplier or a favourite consultant they always use. Ask to be plan B. Ask to be their backup. Somebody will always drop the ball at some time, and you want to be the one that picks it up. I find the best clients are the ones that are loyal to somebody else and say, well, and I say, I'll be your plan B. And when you do a great job being plan B, sometimes you end up plan A. It's a really great way to start getting business. So value somebody's loyalty, but also aim to be plan B, so you're part of that loyalty as well when the time happens. So, but keep asking. Don't give up, but don't keep asking the same way. Find other ways to add value to them. Find out what's missing and add value in a way that somebody else hasn't added before. Just rocking up with a coffee or some muffins has been done before. Figure out what your superpower is, what you do particularly well or particularly unique, and remind them of that. If you need something that I can bring to the table, then you need to be calling me. Remind them what it is that you're good at in terms of being able to satisfy their needs, and make sure it connects to what their needs are. There's no point being really good at interior design when they need, and colours, and they need somebody with some really strong tech support in terms of, you know, other issues that are going on in terms of what load can a product take, or slip ratings if it's tiles. So be really clear about that. So let me recap. Ask specifically for what you want. Ask someone who can help you. Create value for the person that you're asking, and ask congruently and focused and with belief in who you are, what you stand for, and your product. And ask until you get what you want. Keep asking. One of my other famous mentors that I really love is he said, ask, ask, ask. And that's it. Just keep asking. But ask in a really unique and interesting way each time. That gets you sitting up and taking notice. Happy selling, people. Happy consulting, and have a good week.